Welcome to our video, which shows us how to use the molar mass of a compound, or even an atom for that matter, the atomic mass. How we're going to use that to convert quantities of moles into quantities of grams. And we can also use that same quantity to convert grams of a substance into moles of a substance. So let us start with the moles to grams conversion. And we're going to start with that we have 0.025 moles of KBr. And the one thing that we need to know is what the molar mass of KBr is. And if you've watched the previous video, we went through an exercise and showed you that the molar mass of KBr is 119.00 grams per mole. So how would we set up this problem? Well, I like to tell students that start with the information that you are given if you can. So let's write down 0.025 moles of KBr, because that's what we're given. And now we want the answer to be in grams. We're going from moles to grams. So we need to make this unit of moles of KBr, we need somehow to make it go away. And this molar mass of the compound that we're given is our chance to do that. If we put 119 grams of KBr in the numerator over 1 mole of KBr in the denominator, that is our molar mass. We're just dividing the units up into where they should be. Things above the line of the fraction go in the numerator, and things below go in the denominator. And now you will see that I have a moles of KBr in the numerator and a moles of KBr in the denominator. And when all I have to do is multiply 0.250 times 119.00 grams of KBr, I get that I have 29.8 grams of KBr. And I have converted 0.250 moles into grams. And that was the task that we set out to do. Then we still have this second part of our video to do, is converting grams into moles, and I have a different problem for us to do there. So let's also use KBr, but let's start with that I have 42.93 grams of KBr, and I want to know how many moles of KBr I have. And again, our molar mass of KBr is 119.00 grams per mole. So how am I going to attack this problem? Remember, the first thing you want to do is deal with what you were given. So this time, I am given 42.93 grams of KBr. And our task is going from grams, the unit on the left, to moles, the unit on the right. So I need to make the unit of grams of KBr somehow cancel out. Well, the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to use this same conversion factor, but I'm going to use the inverse. Since I want grams of KBr to cancel, the 119.00 grams of KBr need to go in the denominator so I can cancel the units out. And what's in the numerator now is 1 mole of KBr. All right, and if you're confused by this, let me change the ink color and show you that what this conversion factor, 119 grams per mole, what does it really mean? It means that 119 grams of KBr is equal to 1 mole of KBr. And it doesn't matter whether I put the moles over the grams or the grams over the mole, it's all the same thing. It's a means of converting one unit to another unit. That's what conversion factors do for us. Okay, so let's get back to the problem. Let's pick up where we left off here. That I had 42.93, and again, my unit is canceled, So I don't have a unit on 42.93 anymore, and I have 1 mole of KBr over the 119.00 because the unit canceled, but the number is still very real. So when I do the math, I need to take 42.93 divided by 119.00, and that's going to be my moles of KBr, and that answer is 0.3608 moles of KBr. All right, this is the part in this fraction that I circled here that we've kind of made a mess. This is the part that students, I think, get confused, is that they see this 1 mole over 119.00 grams of KBr, and they're like, where did that come from? Well, notice in the previous problem, we had the same conversion factor, we just had the inverse. So we can flip this however we want to make units cancel, and then all we have to do is deal with the numbers that are left behind, and we can get our answer. Again, if it's confusing, I have a couple of suggestions. Do the homework, which I like to think of more as practice for the big game, the exam. Get help. There's a lot of online resources. There are resources on our Canvas page. You have tutors. And you can always come to me to get help with these things. The earlier, the better. Take care, my friends, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.